Are you ready for this? Hello my lovelies and welcome to another video. Today's one, I think, at least for me, is going to be very exciting. Now, where do I even start? I feel like I have so many things to tell you. Like, you know that feeling when you are meeting your best friend for a coffee date and you just know that you have an overwhelming amount of information that you want to share and you just don't know where to start, and then your friend tells you, just start from the beginning, okay? Well, that's the current situation. Plus, you guys know that every time when I'm filming a video, I promise you all, and I think my friends can vouch for this, I really feel like I'm just having a FaceTime with a friend. So I talk how I think and everything just comes out naturally. Something just beeped inside of my box. First things first, hope you got comfy, like, you know, hope you got your coffee. I'm unfortunately finishing mine, but there's still a good third of it left in here, so super ready to tell you and to show you everything that I want to discuss. Before we start, everything that I'm wearing will be as always linked below, and what I'm showing you, which I think is going to be our favorite topic. I know we have a lot of topics, right? Like, we're not like just a one-dimensional channel over here, but you guys know I like what you like. We are very, very similar people, you and I, but I think that for sure we can agree that one of our favorite topics on this channel is Hermes. It's just like, you know, there's such an allure to that brand. I think because of so much mysteriosity. It's one of the very few family-owned brands still out there, which I think it's incredible considering that it's like such a huge brand that it's still in an ownership of a family. I mean, besides Chanel, right? And a lot has been going on with Hermes lately, besides the fact that Nadej, who is their creative director, is doing incredible job when it comes to ready-to-wear. I mean, I remember once I filmed a TikTok saying I love Hermes ready-to-wear, and someone commented, nobody likes Hermes ready-to-wear, it's just a way to get to bags. And I disagree because I really think like Spring Summer 24 collection, so insane. I want so many pieces from that collection. I think the Autumn Winter before was also like beyond. Yesterday I wore the Hermes top from Spring Summer 23. I love that top. I feel like I'm gonna look now on like online to see if I can find like a pre-loved same one but in different colors, because I really do genuinely love it so much. So anyway, lots has been going on with Hermes, and if you have been following fashion closely, for sure you have noticed that there has been that lawsuit recently that people or the consumers and clients of Hermes are complaining that it's getting very, very difficult to get a bag from the boutique. Now, I do think that there are like kind of two sides to this story, and I do remember when I started playing the Hermes game how difficult it was and how much I was trying and buying things that I didn't really necessarily like just to get a bag, and I think that's the wrong path. Hermes can offer so much, so that obviously you can find so many things over there that are beautiful that you actually do want to buy, instead of just buying things that you don't want and then getting like all bitter and sulking for not actually getting offered a bag. And because on this channel I get a lot of questions on like how to get an Hermes bag of your dreams, I think like I'm gonna kind of address that question as well. I've written several blog posts on the topic on how to score the bag from the store, but just like everybody else, I also have many dream bags that sometimes the color is not in collection or the model is not current. And this doesn't apply just to Hermes, this applies to Chanel. We all remember the backpack, the graffiti backpack that I spoke about how much I want, and it's like before the time that I could actually afford a Chanel backpack. Now I do know that it's available online for like ridiculous amount of money on like certain websites, but anyway, I'll tell you one thing, there are a lot of things that I didn't get and I really regretted. And today I'm gonna talk to you about the latest purchase that I got from a pre-loved luxury website called Saclab. Now, I really wanted this bag. So at the beginning of the year, I think I told you this, I made a wish list of things that I want. And this is one of the pieces that was on my list. However, I also have like other things on my wish list. So just like everybody else, I have lots of things that I want, and not everything is possible to get like in a certain way. So I kept searching what would be like a really reliable source and an online platform where I could get like a pre-loved in a great condition item that will be 100% authentic, because I don't even need to go there. Either way, I'm talking about forever pieces and investments. So I came across Saclab because I was actually searching for a different kind of bag. And I'm like in two minds whether or not I should tell you what this other bag that I'm really searching for is, because it's not in Hermes collection right now. So we'll have to buy it pre-loved. And I am going to try to speak to Saclab in case they can actually try and source this bag for me, because I really want it, because it's not the bag that I'm gonna unbox today. Yep, there's gonna be an unboxing. So I searched online and I first saw Saclab's Instagram. Then I kind of realized that they have these bag drops on Mondays and Fridays, which I thought was pretty brilliant. I like to know when I can expect new things on the website, which I think is quite exciting to browse, for me at least. So I was kind of like keeping an eye. I also realized that the bag that I really want, they have had in the past. So fingers crossed. I saw so many beautiful pieces that I wanted, and then I got kind of like sucked into a drain of researching on their methods of actually assuring their clients that they will be happy, which is obviously important when we're spending a lot of money. So I'm very pleased to let you know that this part of the video is filmed in partnership with SACLAB, but I 100% can vouch that all the opinions are my own, because I am obsessed. And I'm gonna show you, like, I've never had a shopping experience like this before, so I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I also watched on their Instagram, which I'm gonna link below, and you should totally check out, because obviously they also publish there all the new bags that they have. I watched the video from the beginning to the end, which is very rare for me. Oliver, one of the SACLAB's co-founders, he showed how to know whether or not a Birkin is authentic. And you know what? The whole feel of this website being so small in a way that it's not like a huge kind of factory of in and outs, but a very niche, curated luxury collection of bags such as Hermes, Chanel, Bottega, Dior, beautiful pieces, very curated, and each item is handpicked and looked at individually. And I just knew that what I'm kind of getting myself into was going to be like a really, really good experience. So first of all, the box is here, okay? It arrived very, very fast, I have to say. First thing inside was a little tracker. So here it is, which I think is amazing, because I know that a lot of you, reading your DMs, I'm reading your messages, you guys are often worried that when you buy something that is really valuable online, what if it gets lost in the post or something like that, right? So we want service like this, guys. This is a little tracker which says, dear client, as we want to assure your pre-loved luxury handbag arrives safely at your doorstep, we have added a Chipolo one-step tracker to your parcel. It will be deactivated after your 14-day return period has expired. If you choose to return your purchase, please place it back inside your parcel. If not, feel free to keep it for your personal use or to secure your handbag. I think, guys, this is really, really incredible, because I want to know where my parcel is, when it arrives, and if I'm sending a return, which clearly they have a 14-day return policy. The item's been packed really beautifully. There's a card as well, and it says who it was wrapped by. I love it. I have a lot of bags actually on their website that I spotted, and I was like, stunning. Let's just do one thing at a time. This bag has been sitting here waiting for this unboxing, so I cannot wait, you guys, because we want to wear it throughout this video. I think you guys also, if you followed me for a long time and you know what kind of Hermes journey is my journey, you also know that unless I really want a piece and unless I really believe that I'm getting good pricing, good quality, and 100% authentic item, I would not be shopping from a reseller. I've spoken about this before, and I've also spoken about it in a way that there's a lot of, as well, challenging thoughts when it comes to pre-loved market. I like when things are done in a way that I've only found ever few websites that I feel like they do it in a very curated, small, kind of like nicely scaled way, because I think there's also that kind of feeling of knowing where the bag comes from, of knowing what the bag is like, the condition. If you go on the SACLAB website, you will see that each bag will tell you what kind of condition the bag is from. It ranges from 1 to 5 or from 5 to 1 actually. Those kind of things are very important to me. Where the bag comes from, what's it like, the background of it all, and to know that it's like a business that really takes care of all the aspects of it and has a very good customer service. That's all I'm gonna say. And that is why I have chosen SACLAB, and that is why I don't really shop pre-loved Hermes bags, but when I do, it's from places that I really trust and I really know, if that makes sense. I cannot wait, okay? Also, the fact that I haven't really seen this bag yet in real life makes it probably one of the very, very rare few unboxings. Oh, it's so insane, you guys. Are you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm representing you very, very, very gorgeous Hermes Constance 24 in graphite alligator matte with palladium hardware. This is so perfect. The condition is insane. I mean, the actual plastic from the hardware was barely even removed. There is something inside that was keeping the shape. Wow. First of all, you guys know I'm a big fan of Constance 24. This is my preferred actually size of Constance, which is really strange because I used to only own 18s until I got my first 24, and then I was like, this bag is insane. Now in my collection I have, before this one, I have 2 Constances 24 and 1 Constance 18. The Constance 18 that I have is in Indigo alligator matte with gold hardware, and it's just like a little bit of a different vibe, but this was on my vision board, on my wish list, on my everything for so long. So let me just present you this bag. There is the note from SACLAB which says model Constance, Hermes Constance 24, matte alligator in graphite. There's an item number, and obviously you don't remove these tags in case you plan on returning your goods, which I am not obviously returning. It is a very new, very special item in my collection. I have to tell you honestly, this is one of the most exciting bags for me right now. Another Constance that I wear constantly, you see what I did there, is the one in Noir in box leather. I really love it. I just love the style of this bag, but this is like that perfect dark gray color that I just know I will love and I will wear forever. If you actually go on SACLAB's Instagram and watch how Olivier, the co-founder of SACLAB, presents how to authenticate the Hermes bag. It's so interesting if you're an Hermes lover. Anyway, he kind of explains everything on a Birkin, and I think here's a little topic. I think he should also do it on a Constance, but let me tell you. So obviously you can see the bag over here. It has these 2 metal hoops through which you have the shoulder strap, which you can wear on your shoulder or as a crossbody bag. At the back on 24, there is this Mona Lisa smile kind of pocket, so you can put here, like, I don't know, like your room key, etc. One beautiful thing about Hermes bags is that the leather inside is usually different from the leather outside, so you can see this nice little smooth, swift leather. It has 2 compartments, one thinner one in front and one in the back, with a back zippy pocket, which you can hopefully see right now. And in the front, it also has a tiny little front pocket here. The logo on this one is going to have a little square box next to it, because that means it like reflects the exotic leather that this bag is made from. Are we gonna wear this today? Yes, we're most definitely going to wear this today, and this whole week I'm gonna wear this bag because I am just obsessed with it. Before we proceed on to our next tasks of the day, by the way, have you seen my phone case? Can we just discuss this phone case? In case you're like me and you want to know a little bit more about the business before you kind of start getting yourselves like becoming a client, etc. So I looked at SACLAB first. I wanted to know where their offices are. Their offices are in Munich and Amsterdam, which immediately gave it a little bit more authority, if you ask me, because there's a lot more regulation in European Union and just in general running a business here. Besides buying, if you have like some luxury bags that you would like to kind of sell. You can obviously also buy and sell on SACLAB. So Hermes, Dior, Chanel, Bottega, like all of those designers that you can see that they stock online, you can also email them and inquire about it. Every bag, like I mentioned, every single bag that comes on the website has been inspected. They are not listing bags that they are not sure, that they are not convinced of their authenticity. So that gives you a peace of mind. And I think one thing that is the most interesting for me right now for my next purchase, which I have my fingers crossed this year is going to happen, is request a bag. Request a bag is going to be something that I'm going to do today, because obviously it takes time to find these bags, especially because, like I said, the bag that I want is not going to be available, right? It's gone, it's over, it's done. So I'm not going to be able to get it at Hermes. So I'm going to go on SACLAB, request a bag, and click the bag, type in the bag that I want to request so that SACLAB can potentially help me find the bag that I want. I really love that, and especially because with this I also received a complimentary bag spa service for the bag purchased there. So if I want to, I can actually sometimes this year, let's say, or whatever, send this bag for a little spa if I need to, because they do offer that service for the bags purchased from them, and I think that's really incredible. I wish there was a bit more of that, if you see what I mean. Just look at this. Isn't this perfect? But I plan on styling it a few different ways, because what I like to do is when I get a new item in my collection, now we've just done a spring clean, so my wardrobe is I'm so ready to play with everything in my wardrobe. But what I love to do is style new pieces a few different ways, just so that we can get to know each other. I always call that getting to know each other period, because like if you don't wear a new item that you have and you just put in your wardrobe and you don't wear it for a while, the chances are you will never wear it, because you're not allowing yourself a chance to get to know the item better. I'm gonna finish my coffee, I'm gonna get rid of the boxes, and I am going to style this bag. Today I have like several appointments, actually, because we're in the middle of the design week in Milan. Oh, this is so exciting. What I can tell you for sure is that I will be carrying this bag this whole week, because I'm just so excited that I have it. Okay, I'm gonna style some looks, and I actually felt like this Kate knit goes really well with this look, so I wanted to show you how it goes with my new bag. It's probably one of my go-to looks for pretty much any seasons, but I just adjust. These are the Row Gala pants. I have them in this more like thicker material. I mean, it's not that thick. It's perfect for this time of the year, but it's not. I have like also like a crepe lighter one. Then I've never actually worn these ballerinas outside, these light denim Chanel. I love them so much. I was on a hunt for them for a very, very long time, finally found them. And then the very new Kate short-sleeved cashmere polo knit, styled with my new beauty, I think. This just goes really, really well, because it kind of adds something. So it's like a perfect coffee with friends or errand running look. Now I have a fitting in, it's 2 o'clock, I have a fitting at 4. So in 2 hours time, I have a fitting. So I'll just like, you know, be comfortable. This kind of gray color, I think can be worn with like black, can be worn with navy, can be worn with gray. So it really allows a lot of room. It's not too contrasty if you wear it with like lighter colors, as black would be, but at the same time you can kind of wear it with navy or black, etc., which is why I think it's so perfect. I think we can have like a moment of admiration, right? Beautiful. Second look, I even realize now that I have a perfect graphite color, the blazer. This is my gray blazer from the Row. I mean, I have like a few gray blazers and suits, so I'll definitely be fine. I think that this would be like a perfect modern meeting kind of day. Oh my God, I can't wait to wear this. Look at this. Now that I look at myself in the mirror, I think it's really amazing. So I styled this with a white shirt. Actually would look really nice also with just like an oversized white shirt. I would have picked my Hermes one, but it's currently the dry clean. So I've got my loafers from the Row, Totem jeans that I literally wear all the time, Saint Laurent shirt, the Row blazer, and we have the Hermes Constance 24, the new one. You can wear like this, even crossbody. Crossbody is great for when running errands, and I know that some people say like, oh, I only wear my 18 Constance 18 crossbody. But honestly, not me. I like a big bag, also crossbody, so you guys let me know what you think. But I have several outfit options for this bag, so we only just started and I'm getting more and more inspired. The more I try this bag with different looks, the more I'm getting inspired. I really love it, and I love the size. This can even be swapped with like a pair of heels to make it more dressy. But anyway, let me show you another look. Guys, outfit number 3 is more like an evening situation for this transitional period. This is one of my favorite dresses in my wardrobe. It's a gray Saint Laurent from last collection, and I've belted it with this suede, no, it's smooth leather. It's a black Kate thin belt with silver hardware. I also have it with gold hardware, but the one that I have with gold is actually suede, so that's why I mixed it up. So beautiful, this dress, and look at this combo. So beautiful. I actually styled it also with kind of, these are not like obviously very high heels, it's like a wedge from Bottega, and I love these shoes. I'd love to get the new model as well when it comes out in the new collection. Love them. One thing that I would change though are my jewelry, because I'm currently carrying a very heavy like gold colored earrings, the necklace, which is actually tucked in, so it's okay. But in general, you know what I mean, in a way that the buckle on the bag doesn't bother me as much with gold, but it's the buckle on the belt. So what do you guys think? I really love this look because I think it's just so perfect. And the bag, look at this. Also, like if it's a bit colder, I can put on like a black leather also jacket, which I don't have, or I do. I just did a spring clean and I found one really cute one from Saint Laurent. But I also have a black blazer, obviously, that can go over this look really, really nicely, I think. I need more. I'm feeling more styling options, okay? Okay, next look. So I was gonna present you this dress first without styling it, right? And it is a very boring looking long sleeve, almost, I guess we could call it a maxi because it's not a midi, and it's just that it's not touching the floor. Thin cashmere dress from the Row. Now, I got this dress a while back. I love wearing it, like even for at home or kind of like simple things running around. And I decided to style it with, I'll show you from a close-up, these black denim Chanel ballerinas. I'm touching them on the bottom because these are waiting to be worn like this spring, okay? Very simple, subtle, kind of grayish, basically same color. And if you have a look at this outfit, I agree, fairly boring. Sure, you can add a belt, but again,
Morals for spring, groundbreaking.
But if you just go for, you can even go for a red if you like a touch of color, or green. I found a really cute gray. I think this one is from COS, like a cashmere knit, which again is a proof that this bag will be a perfect bag for autumn. If you add the knit over the shoulders like this, kind of, you know, or even around the waist if you wish. And I think this look is done. I love it. Here's my little schoolgirl edition. Now, I have a fair share of these Miu Miu, kind of like a schoolgirl, what you call them. There's a mini skirt situation, right? I am actually wearing it with this. Recently I got this to tank top. I'm just coming closer, you can see the material. It's a tank top. Then a Miu Miu black denim jacket. I got this sometimes in the winter, I believe, like it was in November actually I got this set, so it's probably not available anymore, but if I can find it I will link it below. The Gucci horsebit platform shoes with the tiny Miu Miu socks and the bag. It's just like to show you the variety of different vibes that this bag can work with. And kind of I wore a similar look to this one when I was at Miami Art Basel last year, no, year before. I think this look also could be quite fun for travel, but maybe with shorts instead of a skirt, in case you're not comfortable traveling in a skirt, or just like jeans. I was also contemplating instead of these loafers to wear the Chanel loafers, but personally I'm really loving these Gucci ones lately a lot. I've been wearing them pretty much all the time. I do suggest, I'm size 40 and these are 40, they're half a size too big. I do suggest kind of like downsizing on them if you end up getting them. There's only one thing that I haven't really shown you, and that's a bit of a color touch. So like gray and a bit of color. Shall we do that? I I love styling outfits. I really love styling outfits, can you tell? This is a brand new dress in my wardrobe and it is from Emilia Wickstead. Guys, I went to the boutique on Sloane Street recently, I think less than a month ago, and I picked this dress. I picked something else as well that is just like in the process of being tailored a little bit because it was too long. But can we just, like, you know, I don't wear that much color, right? Like most of my clothing is neutral. I love neutral colors. It is what it is. I know, like, not everybody, people love apparently to see me also when I wear color, and I do wear color when something is this beautiful and this classic. Look how gorgeous is this dress. And I think, like, obviously I could wear this dress with black, like something black, like a black bag, but I just think when it's gray, it lets the color really have its moment because the contrast is a bit smaller, you know what I mean? And I decided to style it with my flat Chanel sling bags. When I was trying this outfit on, I got another idea for an outfit and I was like, I have to show them that outfit as well. So the problem is that I could literally keep trying on and styling this bag with so many different looks, but I'll just do one more, okay? Just one more, and I promise that one will be the last. Just wanted to say also that this dress would look so pretty, like for example, if it's not summer, you can wear it with like long sleeve shirt, like normal poplin shirt under to make it look a little bit like even preppier, and then a blazer over it, or a denim jacket to make it more like cute, girly, you know, that style, or like with loafers again and little socks. So nice. We're coming to the end of this styling show with Tamara playing with her clothes, but I couldn't help it. I had to show you this one because I realized I haven't really worn this much. I kind of worn it separately as well because this also with like black trousers looks insane, the vest, and just like with short sleeved t-shirt or even nothing underneath. It's such an incredible piece. It's kind of like tiny sequin burgundy set from Chanel, and I tailored it perfectly that it just doesn't really touch the ground when I'm wearing high heels. So I'm wearing the high heels from Ferragamo. I also realized that I styled this bag with many different looks, but not with many heels. And in all honesty, there's no bag in my wardrobe that would fit more perfectly with this look than this one. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so definitely have to change the jewelry with this one because the buttons on this vest, I don't know if you can see them, but they're quite prominent. But how beautiful is this together? I think also that this suit has tiny little gray sequiny, or are they navy? I have no idea, but they look kind of grayish, navyish, I'm not sure. And it just looks so perfect together. I need to wear this look soon, maybe even during the design week, because I love it. If I want to wear this a little bit more casually, now I will try to show it to you, but you guys are gonna just say like, I keep changing nonstop. Like, let me know if you want to see me style more looks. Anyway, now it is 20 to 3. I think I'm gonna grab something to eat at home while I do some emails, and then we're probably gonna go fittings, and then I have 2 events tonight. I have a Rimowa and a Saint Laurent event that I'm invited to back to back. So Filippo has a 3rd event too as well. He's gonna go with me probably to Saint Laurent. Well, we either will do all 3 together, or we will just do one together and I will do one before and he will do one after, depending on the workload and how we organize our day and how much I get done today so that I can go around events tonight. Now let's put this beauty on the shelf and find her a perfect little spot for her. Before I put my new Hermes Constance bag away, I just wanted to show you one thing, a comparison with my Constance 24 in box leather. Now, like this, they might not seem that different, but if you put them a bit closer, you will actually notice the height difference between these 2 bags. And you will also notice on the side, the most obvious is that this one has sort of like 2 compartments. Now, I inspected the stamp inside of this Constance, Hermes Constance bag, and this one has a stamp beginning with letter D, which actually is year 2019, whereas my black Constance box is from which is 2022. Very important things. I don't know who remembers, but in 2022, I also bought my first ever Constance 24 in Rouge Kazakh with gold hardware. And that is exactly when I was told that they've completely relaunched the Constance bag and they have made it exactly how or not quite exactly, but quite similar to how it was first launched in 1959. I'm not such a geek, but I do remember that the Constance was launched in 1959 because it is exactly the year between my father and my mother's birth year. So this is the so-called kind of like a new shape of Constance, which has only like one compartment inside. It also comes with this little mirror that honestly I never use, to the point where I haven't even removed the plastic on it. This one is also called 124. So Constance 124, meaning that it's one compartment Constance, right? And this is the classic 24, how it was. Now, some people will argue that this one is uncomfortable to wear crossbody because it's like, it projects more. It's like it has two compartments, which I disagree, because I just think that the crossbody bag doesn't have to sit flat on your body. It gives it more of like a postman bag kind of look vibe. I quite like this bag, and you've seen me style it crossbody as well. So if you do notice the slight difference in as well height or width, depth, that is why. The back pocket on both of these bags is identical, in case you were wondering that as well. So yes, Constance was relaunched in 2022, and in case you kind of have a look, and some of the bags have this single compartment and some of them have double. That's why I do love a bag with a bit of compartments, because I just find it quite easy if you know where you put everything. And if you're like me and you carry a little camera and a lip gloss and a lip liner and a phone and earphones and a wallet and keys, it is quite nice to have those compartments. I do not probably advise like filling to the brim your bags, just because obviously they will get like scratched, and like, you know, you don't want that. I plan on looking after this bag very much so, but I just wanted to give you that piece of information in case you are interested. I have some friends who do not love Constance bags. I love Constance bags. I think they're so beautiful. They come in so many different, like 18, there's 24, there is also Constance Elan, and I believe Constance to go as well. So there's a lot of options. There's a Constance wallet, there's, you know, everything and anything, but I just think this is a chef's kiss, okay? I wouldn't also mind getting like a vintage one, or like black shiny with gold hardware, you know, that maybe even in 18 to have that little like bit of an old evening glamour look. Just imagine that. Might be the second bag to add on my request to SACLAB in terms of like, please, this is the bag I'm after. But I have like the other one first on my wish list. Now I'm gonna put these bags back on the shelf. I'll show you how I'm gonna store them. So it is quite a bit higher up there, but we now have my Constance 124, Constance 24, Constance 18, so you can also see the comparison in terms of sizes. These both are alligator matte, and of course I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to show you the comparison of these two as well, so that you can see everything. One thing I prefer in Constance 24 also is the fact that the strap is, I would say, significantly thicker. So especially when it's an exotic and you want to be like very kind of like caring towards the leather, it's a bit easier to slide through. On the side they kind of look similar, because on the 18 you still get the double compartments. Can you see? I haven't properly put the straps, as you can see, but I just wanted you to see for the comparison difference between 18 and 24. I will also show you against the body as well as on the side. I think this is quite nice for you to see when there's two compartments. That's also why the bag here is a little bit taller, because you need kind of like bigger space to close the bag. This color here is indigo, and this color here is graphite. We have a beautiful navy and a beautiful gray. What's really interesting, guys, is that this is the color of my gold Audemars Piguet watch, and this is the color of my steel with gray dial Audemars Piguet watch. So was that coincidental? I don't know, you decide. I mean, if you're in a market for a Constance bag, this video will be literally everything you need to know. So This is this bag against the body. So you can see crossbody. I actually haven't really worn this bag much like I've told you, but I do plan on changing that soon. Really beautiful, beautiful bag. Also as like an evening bag and a shoulder bag, but also in the summer over a dress as a crossbody. I think this is a little bit more also of a day bag and as a statement. For some reason, like I told you at the beginning, I only had Constances in 18, but currently I am more gravitating towards size 24. Yeah, I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful bag. Now put them away. I have to go for a fitting in 35 minutes, so I will go eat something, I will get dressed, and then when I'm dressed, I will show you everything that fits in my new bag. For the end of this video, I just wanted to show you, I'm wearing the outfit that you have seen me in at the beginning because I've just got changed back into it. Filippo says this is one of the most beautiful tops he has ever seen. About my bag, which by the way, Filippo, how gorgeous is this new bag of mine? Right? It's 10 out of 10. So as you open it over here, look, still lots of things that can fit. My sunglasses. These are from Saint Laurent. Then my card holder. This is a Chanel card holder. Did I ever tell you that I lost this on a plane and it came back to me? I think that's a pretty major thing, and I lost it on like an Air Serbia flight, and it came back to me thanks to obviously my friends, and like everybody helped me like from Serbia, etc. So that was pretty incredible. My keys that are growing in size, every kind of keys. I have this Hermes keychain now as well on them, which they're so big that they don't actually fit in this whole thing, and that's the kind of point. It's supposed to fit. I have a little tiny fragrance. This is Diptyque Philosikos, which I realized it is a figgy scent. Now we're not gonna ask Filippo what he thinks about figgy perfumes. You love figgy perfumes, right?
Not my worst.
Okay, that's something. I love it. And we have a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Penelope Pink. Let's apply some. I mean, this lipstick, guys, it's at the very, very, very end of its life. It's a beautiful lipstick. And last, not the least, is the Buxom. Don't worry, I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. Lip gloss in Ryan. I just realized that I've almost used up lots of my Buxom lip products and I need to find a place to buy them. That is it. I am now gonna run out of the door because I really have to go for that fitting. Like I said, the bag is still half empty, so could probably fit more things in there. But for now, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna leave you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.